Hello everybody and welcome to my volleyball demo lesson. My name is Theunis and today I'm going to demonstrate how I would normally structure and teach a volleyball lesson to a middle school class. Now this lesson is specifically focused on grade 5 to 6 students that are still struggling with hitting the ball, passing the ball, digging and setting the ball very accurately. So the lesson will specifically focus on accuracy while doing those different shots. Now I normally structure my lesson as inquiry lessons, asking my students questions, having them trying to figure out or build activities to achieve the skills. So I would start this specific lesson with a question of how can you as a volleyball player improve your accuracy during play, during practice. So I would communicate, talk to them, or I would make them break into little groups, discuss it, then come back to me. And normally their answer would be something like you have to practice more, there's specific drills that you can do. And so I would listen to them and I would guide them towards the correct answer. Now for this, the answer that I wanted was the skills that you have, like either passing or digging the ball, we need to hit it into a specific target area. So for this, I have a hula hoop, and I would then get my students into lines, and I would have them either hit it on their own into the hula hoop, or I would have somebody pass it to them like a set, and then they have to then pass it or dig it into the hula hoop. For example, like this. So my purple hula hoop is there, and I'm going to now just demonstrate. Like that, so that was a bit short, but we will keep on practicing until we have that. Now a good way to differentiate or to increase the difficulty if I have more advanced students in my class is to make the hula hoop smaller. Alright, so that is also a progression to this activity, or to put the hula hoop further away. So I would move the purple hula hoop a bit further. And then the same thing, I would stand, somebody would maybe throw it to me, and then I would then dig it into the hula hoop. Right, like that, a little bit too short. Okay, so after the hula hoop exercise or drill, we can now progress to one-on-one hits. All right, so for the less advanced students or less skilled students, I would make them stand close together. So I would have my cones, one person standing here, the other person standing here, and we would then be hitting to each other, trying to keep the ball in the air, but very accurately. So I want to hit without this person moving, because we are focusing on accuracy. So this person should not be moving, and when they hit it back, this person should not be moving. So it needs to be very accurate in their hands on this cone the whole time. Okay, but for more advanced, to differentiate, I would then move these cones a bit further away. Make it a bit more difficult for these guys to now play towards each other, because now I have to hit into that guy's hands or girl's hands, and it's a bit further away. Okay, like that. And then we play like that. All right, now the next exercise is where we are now progressing to hitting over the net. All right, now this is a little bit more of an advanced drill, so I would have to see what's my skill level of my class and then adjust it accordingly. But you will see that there is three squares. There's one square, there's the next square, and there's the other square. And what will happen is we are going to stand, the coach will stand on this side of the net here, and they will set the ball to the students that's standing in the middle. So I'm going to get 3 tries, so 3 balls thrown by the coach, setting it up for them, and then we are going to then pass the ball into these 3 squares. All right, so the coach will now set the ball to me, and I will then hit over the net into the square. So the ball is coming, and I'm hitting into the square there, Then the next ball will come, hitting into the further square. Next ball hitting into the right-hand square. And that will be quick, 1, 2, 3, go, go, go. And easy enough. Well, quite advanced, but also difficult. All right, then this of course all depends on the length of the class, the lessons. If it's 40-minute lessons, of course I'll break this session into 2. If it's an 80-minute lesson or even longer, then we can do all of this in one lesson. Once we've done all those drills, I then progress to small games. So what we will then typically have is we will have 3 players on the one side of the net and 3 players on the other side of the net, and we will then hit, we will then set the ball over to our position. First one, we will dig the ball. Okay, the first shot over the net is called the dig. So we will dig the ball, then we're going to set the ball, and then we're going to spike the ball. All right, now in the previous lesson, I would have already taught these skills to them, these shots to them. So this is like a second or third lesson in my unit. All right, so the way we will structure this is we will have a person on the orange cone, a student on the orange cone, and a student on the green cone, and a student on the blue cone. Now student number 1 will dig the ball to the green student. The green student will then set the ball, and the blue student will then come and spike the ball over the net if they can. Something like that. All right. So that will be then the next drill or the next activity, small game. We practice these settings. Now for the younger ones, this will be very difficult, but I tend to challenge my students a little bit so that they can improve their skills a lot faster. All right, and then the last activity, we will play a game. Of course, like I said, I would have already explained the rules to them. We would have practiced these shots. So now we are playing a volleyball game. They understand the rules. We're playing, we're helping each other. We're trying to do 3 shots, 3 passes before we play. All right, thank you very much. I hope this was helpful, and I look forward to hearing from you. Goodbye, everybody.